All right, here we go. The song starts now.
Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we listen to all of their records and we rank them worst to best, and we give our biggest banger from each of them if we even have a banger. My name is Tyler, and way out there, all the way. Oh wait, fuck.
Whoa!
Wow, I fucked this intro up. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars and 5 stars only. All the social media is at Asinine Radio, so go follow us, talk to us. We have a Discord server. If you want to join that, let us know. We'll send you the link, and that's all I have for the boring intro. I was negligent this week. I did not do our 6 Degrees of Tom DeLonge. Did you do it?
I did. I kind of did too. One was really, really difficult.
Let's do it then. Let's get through the 6 Degrees of Tom DeLonge, where we connect the artist of the week to our boy Tom DeLonge and Blake.
Okay. Go. Okay. Crow. So Posthumous. De La Soul did a song with Mos Def. And then once I saw that, I was like, oh, this will be easy because he's actor stuff. Mos Def was in the movie with Zoe Deschanel. It was a little film people may have seen, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, no big deal. But Zoe co-wrote a song with She and Him. Is it called She and Him? Yeah, She and Him.
She and Him, yeah.
With Jason Schwartzman. And Jason Schwartzman was in the movie called Slackers that starred Devin Sawa. And Devin was the lead in Idle Hands that featured none other than Rebecca DeLong.
Rebecca.
That's a joke for the true Yeds right there.
Yeah, it was. That was good.
This one, okay, so I have another one too that was fucking way difficult. I was going to do one for all 3 of the members, but after I got, the first one was easy. Oh yeah, fuck yes, I'm going to do Mace. And after I did this one, I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. So Mace has a kid that plays NFL, but he plays for the
NFL or plays in the NFL.
He plays NFL. It's just a different game.
NFL Blitz.
Yeah, similar to regular NFL. But he was also on the Auburn Championship college football team in 2013. But he was on the team with another guy whose name is Marty Mock or Matty Mock, Maty. Okay. Some of the more football yet maybe know. I doubt anybody that listens to this podcast is like a major football yet though.
Yeah, I don't see that as being a thing.
Matty Mock lost out on starting quarterback position to Vince Young when they were both on the Saskatchewan, that Canadian
Saskatchewan.
Yeah, their Canadian football team, the Rough Riders.
Yes.
Vince Young was in a music video for Mike Jones.
Oh my God.
Mike Jones had Paul Wall as a guest on his debut album. Paul Wall had Lil Wayne as a guest on his second album. Lil Wayne to Blink to Tom.
Okay, that was a good one. That was a really good one,
dude. That one took me honestly a solid fucking 30 minutes, and I was just, I didn't know. I was done. I was very very much done after that. It was not fun anymore.
So I just came up with one. So we fucking De La Soul, Common, who's been on several of their tracks. Common has worked with Kanye, been on Kanye songs and whatever. Kanye to Kim Kardashian, Kim to Kourtney Kardashian, to Travis Barker, to Boxcar Racer, to Tom. So there you go.
Travis to Boxcar to Tom. You can just say Blink. That's fine though.
I had to be different, you know? Okay. I had to change it up.
You had to really fill in the 6 degrees there. I like it. Okay.
Yeah. I got to make it look like I did more work than I did.
Keeping it true. So, I'm a crow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are we ready to get these rankings going or what?
Yeah, dude, I was born ready.
You're gonna keep dicking around. So there,
I don't dick.
we did 9. We did 9 albums. What does that even mean?
It does. I don't know. It doesn't mean anything.
That's good. There, you did 9 albums, right?
I did 9 albums. Yeah,
Okay.
because I did my homework.
Yeah. So there was like 15 hours of music. So number 9.
It was a lot.
I don't think any of these are bad. All but like 3 I would never listen to again. But my least favorite was And the Anonymous Nobody, their most recent of albums, 2016. I thought this is like read more as a pop album overall, touching on different genres like new wave and R&B, but still incorporating the hip hop element to it, which is fine if you want like a really disjointed kind of record that sounds sloppy, but it hits, they get all these guest stars in there, and it was fine. I will never listen to this again. I didn't really like it as I listened to it, but it was fun to hear. Like my favorite song, which just because of her, but "Memory of Us," it has Estelle on it, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, like iconic. Dude, I know what she sounds like, and I know what it is, and I liked it. But otherwise, like I don't give a fuck if you have the Talking Heads on here or anybody else. I don't give a shit. Wasn't that good?
Dude, you're brutal, dude.
Wasn't that good?
Okay, fine.
That's
Whatever.
because, like, during the main episode, I will have nothing but good things to say about De La Soul.
Same here. Maybe.
Oh.
All right, my number 9 is Plug One and Plug Two presents First Serve. This is their 8th record from 2012. I don't like this record. I think it's boring. Has nothing about De La Soul that makes them. I think it's overly loud production wise. There's nothing to grab onto. I just did not like it. And for the first 2 songs, I thought it was DJ Khaled, the really annoying DJ that did this, and it made me really mad. And then I was looking more into it, and I realized it wasn't DJ Khaled.
No.
It's a different DJ, Khalid. So from France, apparently. So, yeah, I don't know. This album, there's nothing here. It's not good. It's just not a good record. I have nothing more to say about it. I'm done.
Okay.
It's my number 9.
Did
Plug
not
One
like
and Plug
that.
Two. First Serve. What do you have for number 8?
My number 8 is Plug One and Plug Two. Present First Serve. Yeah, their 8th album. I enjoyed it because it is like energetic, and this was a deliberate attempt for them to make a sort of fake band sound. So that's the reason why it is loud and boisterous, but it's almost like it was set up to be like a party album, but nothing was really fun. Like it had a lot of energy
Party about it.
but like the energy dissipated super quick in like a chorus or a verse or just the beginning of a song. It just never kept up the energy. There's really no replay value for this for me whatsoever. I did write that I like the song "Move 'Em In, Move 'Em Out," but I have no recollection of that song whatsoever.
What it's about or what it sounds like.
I don't even know where like sequencing is on the record. So that's fun.
All right. So my number 8 is AOI Bionics, 6th album from 2001. Honestly, there's really nothing wrong with this album. They were doing a lot. They were still doing a lot of like the 90s hip hop with the more melodic choruses. The beats aren't bad, but there's nothing super memorable about this one. I think it's filler De La Soul of this era, especially the one song. I have no banger on this one, but I do have a stinker, and I don't remember the name of the song, but it's the one with Be Real from Cypress Hill. That song sucks. Oh. That is not a good song.
Okay.
But AOI Bionics, I was really bored, really bored listening to this. And I don't know. That's all I got for number 8. I like the bottom tier De La Soul. I don't have a ton to say about. Forgettable.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same, except for we'll get into it. So my number 7 is AOI Bionics.
Okay.
I agree. I think it's heavy in like the beats department. There's a lot of great melodies. I think it flows nicely, but this is just really good filler. This is just good filler from the band. And I only say that because I do know the report card, and this was supposed to be something much, much bigger than it was. And it just, I think it just fell so fucking flat. But as we get into later, De La Soul, man, dude, De La Soul was 1 year away from just being like erased from existence. just so close. Had it not been for the streaming thing, like De La Soul were just in serious jeopardy of just being like one of the greatest forgotten about bands of all time.
That's true. Yeah.
But this is just, I don't know, this is filler. It's fine.
All right. My number 7 is The Grind Date. Seventh record out 2004. I remember this record, actually, I remember listening to this record a lot when I worked at Tower Records. A lot of people were still buying this record in 2006. Yeah, that's when I worked there, 2006, 2007. And a lot of people were still buying it. And I remember the two hip-hop guys that I worked with, Sean and Marlo, they played this record a lot. And so I do remember listening to this at the store. But I thought it was fine when I was listening to it. And even this week, I thought it's not that much different from the AOI album. I do like that they had like Common, Flavor Flav, Ghostface, and all that. That was cool. So it kind of mixed it up a bit. But overall, it was a lot of the same. And with the late 90s hip hop beats and all that, I didn't care. I was over it. And seriously, the worst song that they've ever put out was on this, and it's the one with Sean Paul, the last song. Sean Paul sucks. Sean Paul just fucking sucks. He does. Come on, dude. That song's stupid. It's lame.
Okay.
So that's my number 7 is The Grind Date. Still have had nothing nice to say about this band.
Crazy. Our ranking, this is insane that you like the Anonymous Nobody so much, but everything else has been on point. The Grind Date's my number 6.
Yeah.
And people fucking love this album, dude. This is like, but I think people only like this because it was so hard to get their first really 2 records that people really, really wanted. But people love this fucking album. And I think it's because it's a couple things. One, this is like straightforward hip hop. It's straightforward hip hop. There's nothing like 3 Feet High and Rising on this. There's really nothing that's too extravagant after this, like the Anonymous Nobody, like Plug 1, Plug 2. And there's not a ton of skits. There's not a ton of guests, but it's still 55 fucking minutes long. It's still a long fucking album.
God damn, this listen through is too long.
So when you take those things, like that's why people like it. But I think when it came out, just people want De La Soul. People want something from De La Soul that they can actually buy. And we're getting into the streaming age there, dude. So now people want to listen to De La Soul. But in retrospect, it's not that great of an album. It came out in the mid-2000s, but like early to mid-2000s, dude, hip-hop was changing. This came out the same year as Kanye's first album. Bro, that's wild. Not even fucking close to Kanye's first album. Not even close. College Dropout is leaps and bounds better than this. And when you put this into like retrospect, it's not that great of an album. It's fun. People wanted De La Soul. They got De La Soul, but what they got was just good filler.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed about this record because I was expecting more because people would play it all the time back in the day.
This is the one I was most excited to listen to just because it had the most. I mean, obviously, like the first 2 are just iconic, but this is the one that people love the most outside of those first 2. And I was let down, boys. I was let down.
Same here. All right, my number 6 is Balloon Mind State, third record from 1993. This is where they're still kind of like holding on to that golden era 80s hip hop sound, but it's just become so tired at this point. And they threw a little bit of like gangster rap in there, like style wise, not lyrically, but more style wise. But it just didn't mesh. They hadn't found that right mesh yet, and I just thought it was it's not a bad record by any means, but it's just more of the same. And I would just rather listen to the first 2 records than listen to Balloon Mind State. I have no banger off this one, just because everything I think I was just kind of burnt out because I listened to the first 3 records consecutively, one after the other, and Balloon Mind State, man, that's my number 6. Maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe I honestly I'll probably go back to the first 3 records because they're hailed as like such amazing hip hop records. But I think if I go back like one a day or one every couple days, I think I might like it more. But yeah, I don't know, man. This is my number 6.
This is crazy. My number 5 is Balloon Mind State.
Is it really?
I swear, dude, this is fucking bizarre.
This is really weird. This doesn't happen. This really honestly does not happen very often where our rankings are pretty much identical.
It's just that one. When the fuck are you going to say that one? Oh, it's annoying. But yeah, Balloon, there's nothing wrong with it. This is just my least favorite of the Prince Paul era. And like they just did it better. So Balloon Mind State is just kind of like filler for the Prince Paul era of De La Soul. And
yeah, I mean, they kind of like worn out working with him. They had, used up all of the ideas and everything. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's a good record. It's just not. I mean, I just listened to the first two, honestly.
I've really nothing negative to say about it, like I do with a lot of the other records beforehand. But I just don't have anything really, really positive as I do with the records that are my 4, 3, 2, 1.
True, very, very true. Do you have a banger off this one?
No.
Off of a Balloon? No.
Nah.
All right, my number 5 is De La Soul is Dead.
Whoa!
Second record from 91.
That's where we differ.
Once again, I think this is a solid record. It is more of the 80s sound, but it's like, so I really love the golden era 80s sound. I really, really do. But it gets tiresome very quickly, and I can't go and listen to 3 or 4 records from that era. It's too much. It's too much of the same. It's a lot of fun in short bursts. So this is another thing where I think I'd listen to too much at once. I could do that with a lot of albums, but De La Soul and this 80s style, it's kind of tough.
Wow.
So this is another example where I think I'm going to have to go back and just listen to these records again. But I didn't have a banger. I don't know why. Maybe a roller skating jam named Saturdays. That was a pretty good song.
Oh, that's like one of the fucking most popular songs. Crowd loves that one.
It was a good song, but otherwise I don't really remember much from the record. I just remember, I think there's more interludes and skits on this one though than the first record. I really think there is. I mean, it was too much, honestly. Too much on this record. But anyway, De La Soul is Dead. Is my number 5. Wow. So what do you got for number 4?
Wow. AOI, Mosaic Thump. Dumb.
Yes.
Whole thing is dumb. Their 5th album from the year 2000. Honestly, this one is saved this time by the guest vocalists. It's decent hip hop, nothing astounding, nothing extraordinary. But having this many guests keep it interesting, and having this variety of guests on this keep it very interesting. You go from Busta Rhymes to the Beastie Boys, and that's my favorite song on this, is the one with the Beastie Boys on it. But there's so much energy on this one, and you still get Prince Paul. Prince Paul shows up and he produces some tracks for this one, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
but it's still fine. It's still fine. It's still fine.
It's good. It's a good record. So that's your 4. My 4 is Stakes is High, 4th album from 96.
You're crazy.
Why?
Dude, that record is not that good of a record. It's not a good record at all. And Anonymous Nobody, why do you fucking like this one? I don't understand.
Wait, you don't like Stakes is High? You haven't even said it yet.
No, it's good, but I don't understand why you think fucking... There's nobody even on... Did I miss Jonathan Davis on here or something? Why is this so high?
He was on it. You didn't know that? He was on that. He was on... and the Anonymous Nobody.
I'm looking right now.
He was. JD was on it.
That's why you fucking put it so high. Billy, yeah.
Anyway.
This the first song featuring Jonathan Davis and Billy Corgan. That's why you put it so high. Oh my god.
Yes. Anyway, Stakes is High, from 96, 4th record. I like this one a lot because it's more that it's driven more toward the conscious hip hop thing, which they did really well. They didn't do it for very long, but they did it really well when they did. They at this point they kind of completely ditched the 80s sound, and they added a little bit more of the melodies that were kind of prevalent in 90s hip hop, much like the stuff that was going on with the Rough Riders. And wait, was it Rough Riders? Who was in New York?
Rough Riders? DMX?
No, I'm thinking. Wait, what is it? Or it's Big Boy, right? Big Boy Entertainment, whatever. Anyway, whatever was going on in gangster rap, where they had a lot of the melodic choruses with Warren G and fucking Faith Evans, whoever the fuck it was. I don't know. Hip hop's stupid.
What? Are you talking about like P Diddy stuff?
I'm just talking about any hip hop of the 90s where they had it was rapping during the verses, and then they have a big big like melodic chorus where somebody was singing, like Warren G kind of shit, you know?
Nowhere we ain't going nowhere.
But that's kind of what like Stakes is High had a lot of that mixed with the conscious hip hop. It was a nice blend of both of those things. So I really like this record. I would get this record if it was like $20. I would get it. This is where I would start getting stuff on vinyl.
I cannot fucking believe. I can't believe you didn't get in the Anonymous Nobody. Nuts. Fucking nuts.
So what do you got for number 3?
Stakes is High. Stakes is High is my number 3.
See, we're close, man. We have a lot of the same shit.
It's just there's one major outlier that I think you missed the boat on a couple things here. First, this is the first time without Prince Paul, so its tone is definitely different. It's more serious. You know, coming out in '96 at the height of gangster rap. I mean, this is just like months before Pac died, and this album like turned heads in the rap world. It's got an early Mos Def, which is super cool. This is a great output. This is a band that kind of, they didn't start hip hop, but they kind of like started modern hip hop. Like what we all think of like hip hop now, like De La Soul was there in the beginning, even though it wasn't the beginning of hip hop. And this is kind of like their more aggressive version of themselves. And it's really, really solid. It's fucking fantastic. I think besides like subject material and just being of its time, for me, nothing stands out here than just being a really, really good hip hop album of '96.
All right. Oh, you know, my banger off this was The Business.
Oh, Common. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot to say my banger, but it is a really good song. Like Common, we talked about him before. Like he has such a commanding voice, and there are some songs where, God damn, dude, his voice matches the music, and just everything meshes so well. And this is one of those songs. I mean, The Business is a killer fucking track. Whew, that's a good one. So you don't have a banger off this one?
I do like the Mos Def track, Big Brother Beat. I like Mos Def a lot, but the Common track's really good. I just think this is just like really, really good filler. If you have a filler album, this is the best possible filler album you could do. But dude, 96, as far as like gangster rap, you just couldn't beat it. Just couldn't beat it. It was just, it was so, it's tragic, but it was so exciting.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like they were still throwing around like that conscious hip hop, which was kind of like, you know, with the more of the jazz samples. It was darker in content. It was more just kind of, it wasn't about like creating. It wasn't about having a hook. It was just more about like just driving that beat along, and that's kind of what I got with this record.
It was great. But then you had like Pac releasing, you know, the 7 Day Theory, and he's telling everybody, he says, "Fucking come at me again. I'm gonna kill you. I'm literally going to kill you." That's how Pac said it.
Yeah.
So, dude, come on, he fucking can't be more exciting than that. And then he dies months later.
DED dead.
Crazy. Dude, gangster rap in the mid-90s, just wild.
Silly. That's what it is. It's fucking silly.
Fucking wild.
Ugh.
Silly boys.
All right. So my number 3 is AOI, Mosaic Thump. 5th album from 2000, the year 2000. This album, I mean, this is another record where they've ditched the 80s sound. This is kind of like an extension of Stakes is High. There's still some of that 90s gangster rap, but they also added a little bit more of the electronic and jazz thing going on. They kind of turned that up a little bit, especially the jazz. There's some good jazz elements on this one, and I really like that a lot. My banger is Squat, because Beastie Boys, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I had no idea they were on this record, and then I heard them rap, and I'm like, oh shit, this is so rad. Like, it was such a nice... They're so unique.
Opposite. They're so opposite of what De La Soul sounds like. And they're all goofy. Like they all started their careers being kind of goofy and lighthearted and not giving a shit about anything. But they're so fucking opposite in their deliveries.
I know, right? Can you imagine if they did like a collaboration album or some shit like that? That would have been fucking sick.
God damn.
Oh man, it's fucking great. This is a really good record. Once again, I'd get this on vinyl if it was a decent price. But yeah, I do like that they're at this point. What I like about them is that they've experimented a lot. For better or worse, they've experimented a lot. They've kind of like jumped on different bandwagons or what's kind of popular there. But every band does that. Every artist does that. but they've done it overall pretty well, except for the last record, or second to last record. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, AOI, Mosaic Trump. It's great.
Okay.
So what do you got for number 2?
De La Soul is dead. This could be in contention for their best. It's fucking absolutely insane how good this is. And I think like in a couple weeks, in the midst of like new metal season, take a little break, go back to this one, because this one is dude, the sampling here is done better than it was on 3 Feet High, because 3 Feet High was just like, oh, that fucking sounds great, let's throw it in there. This is more nuanced. This is better production here, and dude, like just the skits here are only better. The only time I've ever heard better skits than this is from To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar. That's the only other time I've ever thought, like, damn, those skits really like contextualize what is happening on this album. Really bring home that silly boy talk. This is leaps and bounds. It is absolutely unreal how great skits can be. And De La Soul like popularizes skits. So we'll get into that later on. But this had deep lyrics. It still keeps the feel of the first without being too like obvious or obnoxious about it. But now they're like kind of like going back. So they started a genre with the native tongues. They've started this whole thing with hip hop. And now they're saying we don't fucking like that anymore because we've been pigeonholed into this thing. So now fuck that. Here's who we're going to be now. And it's kind of the same thing, but it's also kind of like completely not the same thing. This album is unreal. This album is more nuanced, more complex than their first. But I just don't think it's as good because it's not as fun. It's not as fun.
I'm going to go back to it. I really want to go back to it. I mean, especially since you're speaking of it so highly.
I thought you were going to rank this your number 1, and I would not have been mad at all because of all those things that I said. It is just it's a more aggressive 3 Feet High. But dude, Biddies in the BK Lounge? Oh my God. Are you
I do remember that song. They're
just going back and forth, like making fun of each other. Oh my God, that was so funny. This song is a certified banger. Just back and forth diss track. It's funny. It fucking flows like molasses spilling out of your mouth. So good.
Why'd you have an Italian, like New Jersey accent or something?
That was my Georgia from Savannah.
That was not...
My Savannah,
Savannah
like molasses spilling out of your mouth.
Now you should do Oscar's accent, his southern accent.
He's like, hello, like
really high pitch,
and he looks so uncomfortable doing it too. Like he looks like like the first time he's ever tried to even do it.
I mean, his acting is perfect. It's so good. Oh man.
Good. Please.
Anyway,
please tell me that an Anonymous Nobody's your next one.
All right, my number 2 is 3 Feet High and Rising.
No, it's not.
You're right, it's not.
I know.
Yeah, and the Anonymous Nobody is my number 2 from 2016, their 9th record. This album, I like the experimentation on it. I feel like this is the most they've ever done on a record, and I feel like they did it well. Now, I would kind of compare this to Yeezus from Kanye, that record, which I think is his best record. I think what he did on Yeezus was something so unique and so cool and just fucking fantastic. It's not nearly this record is not nearly as good as Yeezus, but it's in that same vein where they were trying stuff with like electronic music. They pretty much ditched a lot of the 90s hip hop stuff, which was nice because I mean it was just so they overdid it so much. They threw in a little bit more jazz, but I like the combination of it all. They like perfected that sound, that electronic and jazz mixture with that almost kind of conscious hip hop. It was done really well on this record. I really, really dig it. It actually seemed very fresh. It was the most fresh record I've heard since the first record, honestly. It was the only time where it sounded like they were trying to do something different, and they succeeded. And also, I didn't feel like the songs really bled into one another like many of their records. So, I don't know. I think this is a solid record. I would for sure get this on vinyl.
That's crazy.
I really dug this one.
That's
man. I really did.
Nuts. I
know. I was surprised too. I didn't think I would like an album this late into their career because I was so disappointed. And I know it wasn't a thing where like I was so disappointed when I heard something a little bit better, I really liked it. I know it's not that because it really does stand out from everything else. And then that record, the last record they came out with after this was just, oh no, the record that came out before this was just so horrendous. It was so different, but so horrendous. So it's like, I don't know, man. There's something cool about this one. My banger, it's Pain with Snoop Dogg. Come on, dude. It's Snoop Dogg's not the greatest by any means, like rapping wise, but he has that style, that feel, man. It's so much fun. You instantly are just like connected to a song when you hear his voice. It's so unique. There's nobody that sounds like Snoop.
It's true. That's Snoop for you.
Oh man. Yeah, it's a great song, great album. I really, really like and the Anonymous Nobody.
Man, Snoop's like the fucking Keanu Reeves of like hip hop. Just like
not great at anything.
Dude, Keanu Reeves just used to be like this shit fucking actor, but like everything you saw him was great. He loved it. Even his little stupid fucking romantic comedies with like Sandra Bullock and stuff. They were still good. And then now he's John Wick, and people die for John Wick. Like John Wick's become this like institution in cinema. But he's not that good. He's just not a good actor. And Snoop Dogg is the same way. Just like a shit rapper. Just fuck, man. Fuck me. Nobody sounds like Snoop Dogg though.
Did you see that thing? It was maybe like a few weeks ago when Snoop Dogg went to Ireland. And he got off the plane, and they had a guy playing bagpipes to like welcome him to Ireland. And the guy on the bagpipes was playing, I think it was Still Dre. I think it was Still Dre. And then Snoop Dogg just like crip walking, like down the tarmac. You've seen that?
Yeah,
it's just so
fucking
cool.
Straight
it's
up.
So
he had
cool,
he had the little headphones on and everything. His jacket. He just like as soon as he got down,
he's crip walking to the guy playing bagpipes. It was so cool.
Every time, when I saw, cool. Like, I didn't meet him, but I saw Snoop Dogg when I worked at Knott's Berry Farm. Well, I'm gonna say it again anyway. He was on the Ferris wheel at Camp Snoopy with one of his kids, and I was walking to the back of the house, or whatever, with my trainer, whoever was there. I was like 16, and he's on the Ferris wheel, and the Ferris wheel's not that big, so I yell, I say, "Hey, Snoop!" And he looks down, and he says, "Bow, wow, wow," and that was it. Walked away. All I needed.
That is so fucking cool.
That's Snoop, dude. Snoop's he's just smooth as butter.
He is, man. He really, really is. Like, he could talk his way out of anything. Like, he talked his way out of a murder, you know?
Dude,
but
on a show,
murder was the case they gave him.
Too. Like, I don't know. A whole episode on Snoop Dogg.
We've never done, we did do we do Doggy Style back in the old
never done
format?
Doggy Style.
Never? Okay. We got to do Snoop. Why have we never done him?
Why? Because he has like fucking 25 albums.
Well, there's that too. But anyway, number 1, 3 Feet, High and Rising is both our number ones, right?
Yeah, by a fucking long shot. Like it wasn't even close.
That's true. It's very true. All right. So yeah, listen to the main episode. We're going to dive deep into this one, musically, lyrically, everything. So get into that. And that's it. That's all.
Wow, wow, wow.